Good evening, everybody. My name is Ben Reisinger. Welcome to J360, Managing Online Public Relations. We are here to talk social media, communications, public relations, and how it all fits together into that one big realm, you know, that swirling thing right there. All right, there he is, Scott Goodwin. Cool, buddy. Glad you got the link. Right on.
We made it.
So tonight, you know, as every night again, we just touch base on, you know, just the surface of each topic. I wish we had more time to chat, but we just don't. So tonight we are talking about your personal Facebook pages, how that kind of rolls into, you know, your professional lives a little bit, and doing an audit. Okay, so everybody here has a Facebook page now. We're all connected. And before I get into talking about this, you know, hopefully, you know, you haven't been friended by everybody. Take a check at that Word document that I sent you, and check everybody off to make sure that you're connected with everybody down the list on all your stuff. And then that way, when you're searching the hashtags and you're searching J360 again, you can. Oh, PRSSA. I thought you were asking about that. Right on. Sidebar conversation. You can see everything. So Facebook, okay, everybody has this. Everybody here has probably posted something that probably shouldn't be on their Facebook page, right? Does anybody want to raise their hand, like have any party pics or crazy pics or things that you're like, you think about and you're like, yeah, that probably should not be on my page? I'll tell you this, I was the same way, okay? Being a communicator, how you are, you need to have your personal pages kind of open to chat with people, to talk with people. You'll realize how good the connections are, especially in the generation a little bit older than what you guys are, the 40s, 50s, even the late 30s like myself, like that. So let me ask somebody want to share something that they have on their Facebook page that they know shouldn't be there? Anybody? I saw several of you shake your heads.
The only one I actually jumped on the, you know, only tweet and post things that I wanted, you know, employers to look at from pretty early on. But I would say if I had to pick one, there's one of me at a wedding when I was like 19 or something like that, and there was a wedding in Mexico where we had a carafe of beer that's like as tall as I am, and you could see me, and I'm doing one of these things, drinking out of it. Sure. It was a hell of a lot of fun, but that's like the only thing I can think of.
No, that's cool, and I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I had a lot of...
From like 8 years ago, though, so, you know.
Sure, but I'll tell you this, looking for a job or doing this, employers more and more are getting smart, and they're Googling people, and they're literally looking at your Facebook profile. Now, I'll tell you this, if all of you have public Facebook profiles right now, but if you ever have an employer, it doesn't happen too often anymore, but in the previous about 5 years, ask you for your password or say that you have to open any of your social media accounts to them, you don't want to work for them, okay? I think we're past that, but I always tell people that because some people really, yes, some people will still go for that, you know, and stuff, and it's just, they cannot legally, an employer cannot legally ask you for any of your passwords or ask to look in your back ends of any type of social media, okay? If you're public and are open like you are now, because we're trying to learn from each other, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit from me about, you know, things that might be a little bit more appropriate. I mean, hey, all of you guys are adults and you guys get it, okay? And I know that you get it, but it's just sometimes you need somebody to say it to you, and you need to look at your Facebook page, okay? And you need to do that audit. I did, and when I did that audit, I mean, I'll tell you this too, I found some old girlfriend pics. You know, I was married. Okay, here I am. Woo! I got my arm around another girl, you know, and this and that. Somebody might think, like, what the heck is going on? I definitely had some beverage pics, you know, from back in the day. I was a little bit crazy, just like, you know, the tall, you know, boot or whatever, you know, that you had going on there. Definitely some just, you know, I was a little bit crazy, so definitely just I'm out doing stupid things pics. And so those had to be taken off. And then including also, not even your pics, but think about your posts. Anybody ever gotten pissed off or mad, or you're like, dag nabbit or whatever, and you do a post, you know, and you're ticked about something. I mean, I back in the day, a few years ago, I've done a couple ticked off tweets and things like that. A couple that got me in trouble. We'll actually talk about that in social media fails. I've actually done something that got me in trouble once, and I definitely learned from it. And I'd like to share that experience with people because everybody seems to have a story like that. Okay. Okay, somebody besides that, somebody else has one. Somebody give us what you think is on your Facebook page but shouldn't be.
I don't know if I have anything on there. I should probably go through my Facebook, but I know a long time ago I had to like turn off the show pictures I'm tagged in and do a bunch of those on Facebook just because I never knew when my friends were going to post something. But like Twitter, I deleted my old Twitter and completely started over. So
Wow.
yeah,
You had
now
that much stuff on it
now
that it's not professional at all or whatever. Let's just leave that be.
my Twitter.
Yeah.
So I was getting my first internship and I was just nervous and I didn't know and I had thousands of tweets that I would have had to go through. So I just deleted it and I didn't have Twitter for like a year and then I got it back.
Sure. Sure, I hear
So,
you.
I mean, but this was before I ever thought I would be doing anything that would remotely come close to social media or, you know, like I got my Twitter when I was like 16. So
Sure.
from like
I mean, when you're that age, yeah, you definitely aren't thinking about it. And you're just going with the spur of the moment and what you want to chat
right.
about. Yeah, I get that. Thanks. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that.
So
That's cool.
do you suggest going through like our Facebooks?
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah, that's
though
actually where I was going next. Great question. Yes, I mean, I think as part of your assignment this week, beyond the 700-word blog post on anything PR or social media, guys, go on there. It's really easy to do now, you know, especially because they have the years on the right. And so if you go to your personal Facebook page and you click, like, I started for some reason in 1996, but really it was like 2007 when I first got Facebook. It's like if I go to 2007, it shows you all the moments from the year, like your best or biggest moments, but you can click instead of highlights, you can click show all posts. Seriously, you know, it might take a little bit of time, but if you honestly do know that you have some things, you know, going through there, please go through and check that out, especially on your Twitter account, especially on your Instagram account. Look, you know, do it. I had to do it. I got rid of things, and it'll just help out. You know, being in the field that you guys are, that you guys want to be in, that you might already be in, this communications field is all about social media. You know, yes, there's your print, your digital, your website, your television, your radio, things like that, but all of them use social media. Absolutely all of them. And if they're a reporter or if they're a communicator not on social media, then they don't get it and don't take advice from them, is all I have to say. Okay? There are a lot of people out there that think that, they get it because they can post, and that's still not the way it is. So you have to watch out for that. So now I want to talk about your Facebook page, okay? So you guys get it. I don't need to harp on you any longer, all right? Check your Facebook page, check your Twitter accounts, check all your social media stuff. You don't have to. I'm not going to go through and look or anything like that. It's not an assignment, but do it just because, okay? So I'm clicking on my Facebook, and we're all connected here. And I just want to make sure that, some people, again, if you have one or two digital accounts or if you've had things before, Google yourselves. You'd be surprised about what is out there for you. But one of the things, all right, let's see here. Somebody else joined the call. Nice. The video call. I don't know why I just said that. But basically, if you're on social media, there we go. All right. People will be able to find out things about you, and I know that it's not for everybody, and I know that some of you, this has been hard and trying taking your stuff public, all right? But I want you to go into your Facebook pages, and I want you to make sure just how you had I asked you to add an About Me page to your WordPress sites. I would like for you to fill out, the About Me section on Facebook. Some of you have done that already. You already have that. Some of you have some bare bones about me section, but you don't need to put like that opening little paragraph thing or anything like that. But just put your highlights of your work, put your where you studied and things like that. If you look at like my places that I've lived, I don't have anything on that. My current city is Grand Rapids because I have that, but I don't list other things or my hometown, anything like that. I don't do anything with family and relationships, but make sure just your work and education is filled out, your contact basic info is out, and where it says other accounts, add in your other accounts that you have. Add in your website under where it says website on your personal Facebook pages. Let's see if we can get people reading your blogs and might get some interest in there. And plus, doing this helps you guys organically. Now that you've added an About Me to your WordPress site, now that you've added an About Me to your own personal Facebook pages, you've really filled out the info. That stuff will help you organically get picked up by Google. We can talk about Bing, Yahoo, whatever. They're there and they get it, but we're all working for Google here because they're like the king of it. So definitely check that out. Details about you, whatever. I have a little bit again about my About You, but you don't need to do that. Life events. I mean, I got some and things like that. I think that's kind of cool. It can really, what a life event could do is highlight something special about you. If there is an employer, if there is somebody checking out your Facebook page that you would like for them to know, like let's say you got an award or this or that. Like I'm looking at mine, I don't even have any of that stuff on it. Mine's basically all my personal like family stuff. But I'm again, fill this out, do that, check it out. Does anybody have any questions about that? Everybody gets that, right? We're in an advanced class. You guys know the social.
I had a question, not about that though. For the people that weren't part of the chosen few to get in, are you streaming on YouTube as well? Is there a link that I can send to them?
Well, they can either go to my YouTube page, and they can watch it. We're broadcasting live on my YouTube page, or yes, you can send them the link, and when they go to it, it won't let them in, but they can also watch it. I see we have one viewer right now, so somebody's watching us.
Okay, I was just trying to, tweet at people who weren't being able to get in. So.
No, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, keep going. Right on.
Okay, is it just YouTube Ben Risinger?
If you just go to YouTube and you type in Ben, it's Reisinger. Just type in Ben Reisinger. It'll pop right up. Goes to my little smiling mug, right there. Or you can go to Google Plus, and you guys got to be happy that you're not doing Google Plus anymore. Google Plus is dying a very quick and slow death. So yeah, good riddance to Google Plus. And I honestly thought at one point that Google Plus would outlast Facebook, and I kind of hoped it would because I was like, man, here's Google trying to take on Facebook, and kudos to Facebook. They bought up a couple other things. They own Instagram now. They own about 1 million other companies, and they're really doing well with it. So Facebook search, again, we're talking about your personal stuff and this and that. I don't know how many of you have done it, but go into your search button bar at the top of your Facebook page and type in hashtag J360. So J360. Now I want to show you how to disseminate what's up there. So there's a way there that you'll kind of see. You'll see everybody from class, but you'll see that they're not in order and stuff like that. So it goes by top post, then it goes by public post. If you see it there, it's just a little header up at the top. But you can click through and you can see what other people are talking about. Now, it's one thing, too, I wanted to talk about what everybody was posting and has been posting because we're kind of new and stuff doing this. Everybody's, most of you, I'd say 80% are doing a good job posting in class. Just make sure you hit that quota every week, okay? Also, posts are good. Again, I said they're kind of like a 50-50 blend. Not all of you have been sharing, your own writing, your own blogs and stuff like that. Again, if you guys weren't here last week, share your own blogs. Share your, classmates' blogs. Read your classmates' blogs. That's why I have all you guys connecting, man, and chatting, and you're connected on WordPress, you're connected on Facebook. So you can see that stuff. And again, when everybody, is looking at it, I mean, that's what the organicness comes, and it gets out there to everybody. And that's really the goal, okay? Has anybody searched J360? at all? I mean, you guys have started to connect with each other too, right? Anybody? Somebody? Yeah. Shake your heads or something. Yeah.
Made all kinds of friends.
All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. So one of the things I wanted to tell you too, and I want to talk about this, but with your personal Facebook pages, I had to check my notes. Was okay. So you are public. All you guys are open. You're public right now. We're playing with the hashtag J360. We're searching each other and things like that. But maybe you don't want to see, maybe you friended some people from work, and you don't want them to see everything that your buddies are posting on there. Or again, like Katie was saying, I think if somebody tagged her in a photo, you don't want, tagged photos. So create lists. So last week, just for a second, I talked about lists on Twitter. You can also create lists on Facebook. It's almost the same type of concept too. So you can create a list, and like I have a list that one of them's like high school people that I used to know in high school that, all my old high school friends have like friended me, but I haven't seen them since high school, things like that, and I have one like maybe for some coworkers and things of that nature. I have one for like I used to, when I had my own business, I would have one for clients. That way, if I was working with different clients, I could structure what it is they saw. They weren't open to see everything that myself and like sometimes my crazy brother or his friends or something like that post, something like I was saying would be inappropriate. They're just kind of funny like that. But yeah, create lists. Has anybody here ever created lists on Facebook? Yeah. Okay, so let me see. Can you tell us about it, Christina?
I just had one specifically for clients at the gym, coworkers, school friends, and family, because it was right when like grandma decided to join Facebook, and so just trying to keep things where they should be. That was when I dabbled into the list, and it does help, and the same thing for Twitter. I haven't really updated them since then, which I'm a little bit ashamed to say, since I do have them. I don't use them frequently, but I have used them in the past.
Okay, cool. So there you go, guys. I mean, that's exactly it. We talk about list, use list. And you kind of hit it, Christina, because it's like what I tell people, and I haven't told you guys this yet. I tell people, don't post like your mom was watching, because some people, they really don't care what their moms or dads see, whatever, they're like, okay, whatever, mom and dad. Post as if it's your grandma or your grandpa looking at your Facebook page, okay? Be like, man, I wouldn't want Grandma Lucy to see this about me or to see what my friend posted.
Grandma's cool.
What's that?
What if your grandma's cool, though?
Okay, if your grandma's cool, then just use your best.
Think Jesus. Would you want Jesus to see what you're posting right now?
I mean, he sees everything, so it's not like, he's not going to know.
Yeah, so just watch the post, see what you do your audit, things like that. Okay, and use lists, okay? Again, I have a list on there. I think lists are pretty cool. And again, it seems like, if you're at a job, there always just seems to be somebody that might be on social media, and I'm kind of that guy at my job that friends you or Facebooks you or, follows you and stuff. And if you're like, oh, hey, Tom, you're cool, we're cool at work, but, we've never hung out of work or something like that, definitely create a work list, things like that. So, but then again, when you're Googling, even though you have the lists and things like that, the only thing that you can Google and see is what's public. Okay, and there's even a feature on Facebook. Please don't use this right now and I don't think you should use it, but you can actually turn your Facebook page off from even being Googled. Okay, it's just like a little checkbox that you check, so people can't even search your Facebook page. So that's for some people that really want to be locked down. Okay,
but you can use it for LinkedIn and stuff too, I've seen.
Yeah, same thing with LinkedIn. Yeah, absolutely. So, but for class, keep it open, keep it public. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me see here. Next thing. Okay, news feed. So everybody knows, and they get their news feed, okay? And everybody knows how it used to go in chronological order. You guys do know that Facebook uses an algorithm now, and it looks at everything that you look at. It takes the cookies from your actual computer, from your phone, from your tablet, and it uses those things to construct what it thinks, is what you want to see. All right, but there is an option. So, like, if you click on our news feed, and you see there's a little drop-down arrow on the right. Okay, I'm looking at when I'm referring to these things, I'm looking at the desktop version. For those of you that might be on, looking on a cell phone or something like that. Okay, but on the desktop, on the left-hand side, if you look news feed, click the little arrow. There's top stories, and then there's most recent. And most recent will actually put all of your friends' posts in chronological order again. So if you actually want to see what all of the people you're connected to are doing, hit that, most recent, and you'll hit down in chronological order. It's pretty cool. Somebody have a question?
Double check the YouTube. A couple of people said they weren't able to see it for one reason or another.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a goober. Hold on real quick, guys. Let me go to my YouTube page over here. It should just be right on the front. If not,
up there now it's not anymore. They even have like screen shares and stuff for you. Yeah.
And it's not up right now. Okay, I don't know what you mean.
I'm just the messenger. Don't look at me.
No, that's cool. So can you please tweet them the link to what we're looking at, and then they can just watch along. You know the link up
Hangout link?
your browser that you're in. Can you possibly do that? If not, tell them, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look into it. This is, again, why we use our technology, and, you're always learning and things are always happening. So it looked like from that screenshot that I was going live from my YouTube page, but something must have happened. I mean, again, right now it still says that we're live on my screen, and you guys should see a little thing that says live too, right?
I see it.
Yeah, it should be in in the corner of your screen. Okay, cool.
Right there.
Right on. Sorry, everybody who might be having some issues finding the link and things like that and seeing that. So we might end up switching actually from Google Hangouts if this becomes too big of an issue, because this hasn't been an issue until now since Google just redid Hangouts. All right, so let's keep going here real quick. Facebook, it's got a few things left. Messages, yes. Okay. So do you guys, I don't know if you guys use messages or not, okay, if you use Facebook Messenger. But one of the cool things about messages is now, and using Messenger, is you can upload attachments. Okay, you can do, you've always probably known you can do pictures and things like that, but now you can attach videos, you can attach PDFs, you can attach documents, and so use that. I actually have people do legit work with me through Facebook now, and I mean when I was doing my own freelance thing, I mean obviously people would send me this or that, but now that I work at Mary Free Bed, I actually use this to connect with some patients sometimes, and to connect with talking with them about getting stories. So Facebook has become a medium that I actually use because it connects with some of the other people that I'm working with. So it's something, again, in the communication realm. You might see yourselves having to use this. It might be easier for a person just to look up your name rather than type in an email or something like that. Okay. So it's 6:26 according to my clock. We got 4 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions before we sign off for this wonderful evening? No. Okay. Cool. Anybody have a good social media fail for the week, or did anybody see anything that was kind of crazy on social media?
I thought that it was interesting. I don't know if any of you guys watched the debate last night, but out of all the people that gained the most followers, there was like a horse race to see who would gain the most followers.
Sure.
Bernie Sanders got twice as many as all of them, surprisingly enough.
That's because of kind of his stances and his kind of out there-ness, I think. I don't know, maybe
he was just live tweeting during the debate, just like commenting on what was going on and got way more followers than anybody actually on mainstream media. So I thought it was really interesting that you had that you had somebody just using pure social media, then you had the mainstream media, and somebody was able to gain much more of a following using just purely social media on that sense.
Yeah, and that's important too. It's definitely important to get that younger demographic and to get a demographic that they're going to need as you keep going on and stuff. That's cool. Nice antidote. Right on. All right. So, anybody else have anything else? Thank you all for being here with us. I appreciate it very much. So, again, this is J360. Keep up your posts. Again, 700-word blog due Sunday, 9 p.m. Send me the link. Anything social media PR, and have fun. So, right on. Go Jack.